I'm down.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, everybody, listen. Thank you. Oh wait, I don't know if
Wait, Corpse
we're
is not
not.
live
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. My bad. I started a little early.
Sorry, yeah, you got ahead of me there, Tiger.
My
It's all
bad.
right.
There it
It's all right.
is.
We're live. God
The
bless.
stream is now live.
Listen, thank you everybody for coming in eventually. Hopefully on the
I'll come
playback.
in you whenever you want.
But listen,
Oh,
we got some sick ass shorts that I gotta talk about real quick. Corpse collection. What the fuck are we even talking about, bro? What else are
You
we
know what I
wearing?
do? I do like that it has it on both legs.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
I will say, these are mad comfortable. Thank you to Putch, obviously, for making them and being the epicenter of this brand. So this is awesome. And also, thank you for blessing me with my own code. If anybody wants to cop the shorts I have on, you can go to corpsecollection.com and use 0%.
Save one.
No. Don't even listen to him, bro. I promise if you use 0%, you'll get your packages faster. They'll look better. You'll look flyer. And you'll get 15% off.
Is that really true though? Because didn't you get yours today?
No, I got mine like 2 days ago. Yeah, type shit. Yeah, type shit.
You're right. I got mine.
I don't.
You know, faster, better, flyer. I mean, what do you want? Do you want to look better or not? Use 0% at checkout. 15% off.
It's crazy because he's 0%. He's 0% is his code. 0.
Spelled out.
We don't know.
0%. No space.
Oh, there you go. We don't know if it's a percent sign. We don't know what the fuck it is. But, you know, what's better than 0? 1. You want to be lonely your whole fucking life? Then you go with 0.
But check this out.
But if you want one person for the rest of your life, you make sure you use code SAVE1, the actual number 1, because we don't. Who the fuck wants to type out 9 fucking letters? It's 4 letters and a number. It's so much easier to use my code at checkout.
But what's the difference between 1 and 100? It's 2 zeros, baby. Come on now.
0 is nothing.
0 makes so much more, though. You got more zeros in your bank account? Shit, you be rolling in it.
Gee.
Without me? Come on, man. What do we got here? What are we doing here?
All right, you got me with that one. You got me with that one. Welcome back to another episode of the Usual Tuesday. Actually, I'm gonna let 0% since he's smoking my ass right now. I'm gonna let him. Go ahead. You can hit me with the intro. Hit me with your best
Yo, everybody, thanks so much for joining us today, whether that be on the live stream. I know I go on this little rant of live stream or the playback or whatever it may be on the outro, but genuinely, thank you for being here. I got 2 people in the live chat, so I appreciate both of you for being here. Even if one of them might be saved, because I know sometimes he pops into my... Do you still do that? I feel like you used to do that a lot more.
I do. I have you pulled up right here.
Well, you're one of the 3 now. But thank you, everybody, for joining us, whether you're here live and in person or on the playback. We appreciate you nonetheless. And like I said, Corpse Collection, it supports me, it supports Save, it supports, obviously, Corpse himself. So definitely. And they're comfy shorts. And I just showed them off. You could rewind to see it twice.
And I have heard people that have now got the champion shirts, since we're printing them on different, not gilded anymore, say that the quality is just... So just believe everybody else, you know?
You don't got to take my word for it.
Let's take
I
his
love
word
it.
for it.
I mean, I just love seeing it out there. So I'm just glad that you guys were down to participate, and everybody else who's going to be willing to participate. Thank you. And corpsecollection.com. Make sure you guys check it out.
Is it sinful? Jesus. Is it like disrespectful to run in these, do you think? Or is it like, nah? Because, no, the reason I asked, though, is because there's like, I feel like there's like a weird stigma around certain clothes. Like, you can't do that with that pair of clothes. You know what I mean? Like, these things are for some reason in my head, anytime something turns into a pajama shirt, I feel like people are like, oh, that shirt's just not important. But it's like, pajama shirts are one of the most important things to me.
Yeah, you typically wear your pajama shirt all the time. I don't know where the fuck it's at today.
I gotta be mad.
Colorado joint.
Oh, I got the Colorado one up. I use this one a lot too. But this is like, pajama shirts for me are diverse. I could either, this might be gross actually. I could either run in them, so they're like my workout shirts, or I could sleep in them, obviously after washing them, or I could sleep in them because they're mad comfy in both scenarios. I'm not like stressing about the fit You know, is that weird?
No, it's
Nope.
weird that you sleep in a shirt, but that's neither here nor there.
It's either shirt if it's hot. It's either shirt no pants or pants no shirt. It's one of the two. I can't do
Pants like
shorts.
pajama
Nah, I'm
pants.
not really wearing pajama pants. I'm using
Okay,
shorts. Yeah. Shorts or
that's even crazier to me, bro.
yeah, I gotta wear shorts. I don't know either,
Mm.
but if it's hot enough, no shorts. But
Just
I
draws?
wear shirts. I can't do
Wait,
the
so you
full.
walk around with your underwear and a shirt on?
No, never out of the bed. I feel like that's a little weird. Then I'm a little top heavy, and it looks a little weird. Like I don't know. Like I got.
See, I can't wear a shirt because if I sleep, it's gonna be like all like this, and I'm gonna be all uncomfortable and shit.
How big?
I just sleep with underwear on. That's it. That's
just
it.
draws. Just draws.
That's it.
I think what's wild to me is the people who sleep naked. That's crazy. I feel like.
I did that over the weekend. I did, and it was actually more comfortable than anticipated.
Fair enough.
But I typically don't sleep naked. But sometimes, sometimes you gotta do it. I'm not a big naked sleeper though.
I'm not even like a big. Wait, what about you, Put? Do you like sleeping naked ever?
I almost exclusively slept naked while I was on the road.
But you're talking about you were in hotels a lot, right?
Yes.
I could kind of see that because hotel blankets and beds usually are mad comfortable and like they're cold when you get in it and they're like I don't know,
Oh, that's
something
the
different
best.
about a hotel bed.
Bro, that's the best. When it's cold, you get out of a hot shower and you go lay in cold. Oh my fucking god!
Somebody,
Ain't shit better than that.
I forgot where I heard somebody say that they don't even really dry off, that they just be jumping into bed. That shit was weird.
That's weird. One
forgot-
time I met a dude that masturbated and just like nutted all over himself and then went to sleep after that.
That's
Oh.
crazy. So bad he muted himself.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
Well, you saying that just made me think of that. I don't
I
know
was
why it made
I
me
was
think-
about to because I'm gonna comment back to somebody here, but it's
Oh.
about to be a lot of typing, so I didn't want you guys to hear me.
Oh, I got you.
It's not as bad as the nail clippers though.
That's such a funny instance. That's crazy, bro. Cause stale socks is a real thing, but stale like whole bed is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if you sleep on your stomach? I
Ah.
don't even like. You know what? We're not even gonna get onto that on the internet. But yeah. I don't know if you've been on the internet lately, dog. On Threads, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, anything. But think 100 dudes could take on a gorilla.
I've heard no. Gorilla will fuck them all up. All of them.
It says somewhere online that it would only take 7 dudes to take down a gorilla.
No shot. Maybe 100. If 100 and
100 dudes.
and they're all like, let's go. There's no like, bro, I'm not getting my arms ripped off. You know? What I mean?
We're not taking like 100 random dudes.
Yeah, they all know the mission.
The first 5 guys are gonna have a
They're gone.
bad time.
Yeah, they're gone.
they're not having a good
getting
time at
fucking-
all.
Well, I'll stay in the
They're
back of the
getting
group.
flung, bro. Yeah, that way you never get action, right?
Well, like a regular chimpanzee can fuck you up too, right?
Bro, he will rip your
Like
shit
a
off.
regular ass chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen that lady that got fucked up by the chimpanzee? Y'all ever seen that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
Bro,
face
she
was
got
mangled.
Bro. And the phone call, she's like, she ripped her arm off and she's beating her with it. I'm like, holy shit. Could you imagine sitting there watching your pet monkey beat the fuck out of somebody?
Hey, Bosco's wild, bro. You gotta watch out for him, man. He'll
Little
fucking-
bubbles.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bubbles be tripping out here. No,
So what's the verdict? Can 100 dudes beat a gorilla?
yes.
Probably, yeah. I
I'm gonna
said
say yes,
I said
dude.
no initially, but like 100 dudes is 100. That's a lot of people. Even a
100 dudes is a
gorilla.
lot.
Even a gorilla, like
It would be tired eventually,
you're
right?
gonna get tired, or eventually it's just the pure like amount of people that's jumping. It's like the question of like, would you rather? What is the question? It's like 100 kindergartners or
Oh yeah, I know what
like
you're
a
talking about.
or like a Jaguar or something like that. I don't know, like whatever the scenario is, but it's like 100 kindergartners. One kindergartner, you're like punting, knocking right out of the park, and then the other 99, like you're gonna have some trouble if they're all coming at you at once.
Especially if like they coming at you with like a wave of like
Mm-hmm.
30. Yeah, you're fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they trample you. You could just
If
like
it's one
dive
by
from.
one,
Yeah, you can
one by one.
Yeah, you can handle.
Yeah,
You'll
one
get
by one.
you'll get
yeah.
tired though. It's still 100.
All right. So I know. I just wanted to bring that up because it's been all over the place. Like even my mom heard about it, and I was like, "This is big time." All right, Corpse. I know there was something that you wanted to bring up. It was a little bit of a hot take. Hot take, I think.
Hot topic.
And you know, based off of the context that you gave us, there was no context. So I think we need to build a little context around it.
Well, let's just go knee-jerk reaction. So the question was which is more of a red flag? No job, right? No kids, no education, but got a lot of money. Right. And then what was the other one? Has kids.
A job.
Or what was it? Hold on.
Yeah, has a job, goes to school, has kids with no money.
Bigger red flag: no job, no education, no kids, but got a lot of money. Or got a job, goes to school, has kids, but no money.
What's the red flag? I don't know. I feel like a red flag would be like, it's kind of obvious.
I feel like I feel like it's the first one, right? A lot of money.
The first one is definitely a red flag.
Why?
Why is that a red flag?
Yeah.
Because why are you not going to school? Why are you not working? And where the fuck did you get all the money from?
Her dad's rich.
And then also,
if that ain't your money, dog.
Yeah, and also if you have no education on like even on just like how to manage money, you're gonna blow through that shit, and then like when it runs out, we're gonna be like, oh well.
Well, let's say no education, as in no college. They just didn't go to college.
But
but what's daddy's money gonna do for me?
Yeah.
Hey, she's obviously got it. She got a lot of it.
Kid, does the dad like me?
Being married.
Does the dad fuck with me like that?
Hey, we haven't gotten that far. Is it just which is a bigger red flag? You've met two girls at the bar. You have a chance to say, all right, I'm finna buy this drink and sit down beside one of them.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm picking the one that has no money and kids and a job and school. 100%. Almost every time.
Actually,
do you think I'm tripping for that?
No. Only
Corpse is looking at me like I'm tripping.
Only because
no.
If
I think it's interesting.
If I got two of them at a bar, the only thing that I'm leaning towards the girl with the money is mainly because of actually the kids, because I don't think I could date somebody who has kids, unfortunately. It's selfish.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
It's selfish. It is selfish, but
it's selfish. Prick.
It is selfish.
What if she was everything though? What if she had everything that you wanted in a woman, and then she had a jit?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a big hypothetical that I like. Yeah, maybe, but it just off rip of her being like, oh, and I have like a son, a daughter, I have two kids, whatever. I'm like, ooh, damn.
Okay, so let me ask you this: does the age of the child matter?
No.
It doesn't matter. The child could be 17.
No.
Almost out the house.
Doesn't matter.
You ain't got to deal with a baby daddy, really.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to that.
It is absolutely. It's selfish of me, but But I would like the person I'm with to have a child and have that first experience with me. Like that, I think that's super important. And not to say that like having a child with somebody who already has a child isn't its own special experience, but and then also on top of that, for us dating and depending on the age of the child, obviously, there's a lot of like you need time, that maybe I want to dedicate to the relationship that you can't because you have other obviously things that you need to do with this child. And I don't want to get in the way of that,
I mean, I think that's kind of bullshit, but no, I think that's bullshit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because like a woman could say the same thing about you editing your videos. Like, oh well, you got to edit your videos.
I think that's
that.
If she would get mad and be like, I fucking hate when you make videos, I'd be like, this is me, bro.
No. I didn't say she was getting mad.
The difference between the difference between Zero and his editing and a child is one is negotiable.
Yeah,
and one should only ever be negotiable, right? Like, yeah, it might not be on the table that Zero just ever stops, that he just stops, right? But I mean, and I know I am speaking for you, but I know that he could more than likely come to terms with, okay, instead of 4 hours, I'm gonna do 3.5. But then she's always going to make sure to leave me the fuck alone, and but you know, there could be
whatever. Yep.
There could be a concession made there. With a child, there is no. A good mother wouldn't make a concession,
and there's no. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, there's no me asking for that time. You know what I mean? Like that's their time, and I think that's as coming from my mom being a single mother, like that time was precious to me. And I'll be damned if some fucking dude that she was dating would be like, hey, I kind of want to do that. What the fuck, bro? Who are you?
You wouldn't ask for that though.
No, but and I know, but like there will be times.
You want the ability to ask for that.
Yes, the choice is taken.
The choice is taken away. Obviously, I don't want to be in the middle of that, but also like relationships take a lot, and obviously like building one that's going to be long lasting, there's going to be situations where if I don't get something, I might start to build resentment if it goes for a long period of time and I don't feel like I have the space to be able to ask for something.
That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me. You, out of all people, I think would be somebody that would be able to date kids with.
Whoa!
Just because of how understanding you
are. I think.
Listen, if I could date with kids and Punch could date with kids, I think you could absolutely date with kids.
And Mom, I love you, but I think I just learned it from my mom, because I would just see how much effort it was. And I decided like really early on that I was just like, you know, if she's a great person, like maybe there's circumstances where I can deal with it because whatever our situation is just really, really unbelievably great. But if I could just stay out of that kind of situation, I would probably opt out to do that.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I think too, it's also weird when we talk about it, right? Because at best, the oldest kid me and Save would probably have at best would be like 16, right? Let's say we're out here being wild in the streets. The oldest they are is 16. That's still a crazy fucking age to be dating somebody who's got kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? But let's fast forward to when we're 50, right? Like, this is what I tell people, like some people who are like, no, I would never do that, blah, blah, blah. And I know you have a whole thing already set up. This is just, I guess, for conversation. It becomes different, I think, especially for me, because when I look at the kids, even when I was single, it was like, oh, you know, they're 5, or oh, they're 4. It's like, oh, that means there's so many X amount of years out of being potty trained, or oh, they're X amount of years outside of this, and it does become kind of a juggling act. I never blamed a girl. I never blamed a girl for being disinterested because I had kids. I was more frustrated with girls who were like, well, I wanted to see what it was like. I just wanted to see what it felt like to talk to a guy or to be involved with a guy who had kids. It's like, bitch, I ain't your fucking project. Like, that's
that's a crazy
what
thing
the
to say.
fuck?
Jesus.
I'm not your fucking test trial for fucking Netflix. Ho, what the fuck's wrong with you? This is not an ad-free fucking experience, bitch. Fuck you.
That is crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
So I do appreciate the upfrontness from
yeah.
My
I don't mind dating moms at all. I actually kind of prefer it.
This is like, hey,
I actually kind of prefer it.
See, Mom milk, mailbox is open.
See, now this is a reason why I asked this question, because I heard this question being asked to women about men, and I was kind of surprised, right? Because for me, I thought that more women would be kind of like us, right? I have no problem working with someone to build them up, right? Like if you ain't got no money, but you got a little bit of education and sure you got a kid, right? And you're trying to work, but all the work goes towards bills. Like that's where I could step in and we can help each other, right? Build each other up. But yeah, it seems like as if though when you hear that type of situation with a guy, like that's a red flag. It's like
Yeah.
no. And I think especially I don't want to say all women, right? I'm trying not to speak in generalities.
He's sexist fuck.
TikTok is going hard on me right now. But I will say I think there is a good chunk of the internet that you see being represented by women that, you know, seriously say things like, oh, I want to date a man who makes a 6-figure income. And they just don't realize how fucking ridiculous that is. Like you can want that. That's not the ridiculous part, right? Because I want a lot of things. What's ridiculous is you think like it's like there must be this thought that those type of motherfuckers is just waltzing around at Walmart. Like they're just chilling and you could just go talk to them right here. No, they are not. They are not there. They are probably shopping at Whole Foods.
You know what we used to say in the car business? Spit in one hand and want in the other, and tell me which one comes to fruition.
Yes.
I was gonna ask how many women do you think say that though? But you said you did.
Honestly,
say,
a lot more than not. I would have to say.
If you had to say like majority or not, do you think majority or not?
I would say majority.
Okay, hold on.
Let me
clear this space real fast, okay?
Okay.
I would say that majority of women say that they want that, but they don't really want that. Like they think that they want that until they see what a motherfucker that really has money is about, and then they're like, "Yeah, I don't want that."
Yeah, because what was that statement? Is like all of us like to talk about how righteous we would be if we had all this money. Until we had all that money, you know, like your righteousness is crazy when you're fucking poor. You know,
I know people with money, bro, and those are not the type of people that you want to. Some of those people are not the type of people.
Wait. In their defense, they are good people. They just get a little crazy on the fucking weekend, and they do like, or at least the rich people I know, they're good people. They just get a little crazy. They get a little rowdy.
I would say more so of like the entitlement that comes with it. You know what I mean? Because in the country that we live in, or even in the world that we live in, bro, money is power, and you can do a lot when you have money and skip lines and be better than people, and just sometimes people just don't know how to handle that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's not the type of person you want to date, at least in my opinion.
Well, that's
and
not like those people
I
are
don't
single.
think, and well, I don't think people also take into consideration to like once, because I know Save has seen it for sure, and Zero, I'm not as sure, right? But I know Zero, Save, you've seen this. When you're dealing with a certain level of clientele, their whole life, their whole reality is different than what we do. They have several phones. They aren't on their social media. Somebody is handling it for them. They don't make it to the Christmas parties. They don't make it to the Thanksgiving dinners. They don't make it to Easter basket hunts. They don't make it, right? And so some people, and even dudes, right? I just don't want to think girls are the only problem with that, but even dudes think like once they hit that certain part, like freedom comes with the money, but not always, because sometimes you become a slave to it too. So you are working Christmas weekend, or you are working on the birthdays, and then, you know, next thing you're dating somebody who's never home. They're just always on the road, always fucking working, always in a business meeting.
Yeah, man, what are you dating? Then you're not dating anybody. You're dating the ghost of Christmas past. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. There has to be sacrifice. Trust me, I've used the line plenty of times in my past relationships. There has to be sacrifices in order to get the things that we want to get, right? You want to drive a nice car. You want to go out to nice dinners. You want to have the nice sheets on the bed and shit like that. Whatever. Nicest clothes or whatever. No, but what's the sacrifice? Like, now I lose time with you? Yeah, I'm not willing to do that shit anymore.
And the other question,
I'd much rather be comfortable.
The other question is I made a statement, and it wasn't even the most red flaggest statement I think I ever heard. But what do you guys think is the most red flaggest statement someone can say, like you hear come out of their mouth?
I touch little kids.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, though. Like,
Well, you asked what the most red flag. Nah,
Somebody
it would
clip
be
it. Somebody clip it.
that's
I'm gonna be on TikTok just saying over and over.
that is wow.
No, I think what you messaged us was like, unless you're, what was it, like, unless you're paying my bills or fucking me or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's crazy. Because like,
that is a crazy one.
if you're close enough to say that type of shit to me, then that means we're probably involved with each other. And if you think that I have no say in anything that goes on in your life when we're involved with each other, unless I'm paying your bills and or fucking you, like, what the fuck is really going on? And if you're close enough to me to the point where you said that, I probably fucked you, and I probably paid for something,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be coffee or fucking your nails or tank of gas, something. So, I mean, I know it sounds entitled, but yeah, I probably have a little bit to say about the input of your life. You know what I mean?
Especially if we're having sex unprotected. Nigga, everything you do is my business, fam. Like everything that's going on down there is now became my business.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Like,
But I get what you're
everything?
saying.
What
Like,
the fuck?
yeah. Time out. Let me know.
Yeah.
Because last thing I want to do is, walk around without a dick because it fell off.
Ain't nobody leaving.
You're really thing. You know what I
Ain't
mean?
no one leaving this fucking house. Oh shit. What about you? What about you, Zero? What do you think is the most cringiest red flag? Like, ooh, what'd you just say?
For me, because I think it depends on the context, right? But I think for me, it's like when somebody's like, "Let me check your phone." I'm like, "Oh, bro, what the fuck are we doing here?" I feel like as soon as that happens, we've gone through so many layers of fuckery that it's like, I don't like where we're at anymore. This is horrible.
Oh my god.
So that's a red flag that can come up over time, is what you're saying.
It's like it's like so many different things that like one party or both parties have probably fucked around with, and it's like, let me check your phone, and I'm like, that shit makes me like, ooh, like, yeah, we're not okay anymore. If it's hit, I think I've told my girlfriend a couple of things. If we ever decide or are even contemplating getting our names tattooed on each other, we're not right.
No.
We're not okay.
Yeah,
Not right in the head.
We need to eject.
No.
We need to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then
Listen, I'm okay with matching tattoos, but if I have to get your name tattooed on me,
bro.
yeah, we're not doing that. Dog.
Barely even matching tattoos.
Yeah,
Like,
I would have like something that reminds me of that person maybe, or like something symbolic, but not names. Maybe not even matching. I don't even know about that. But
No, names is for sure a no. Like if
That
I
is
won't even get my
no-go.
mom's name tattooed on me, like, what the fuck you think I'm gonna get your name tattooed? Yeah, we're not doing that.
yeah, bro. Just imagine, like, and I love when people are like, "Oh, you wouldn't get your mom's name like tatted on you," because I was like, I'm getting no names. I have my last name, my tribe's names. That's it. No names, right? No names. Wouldn't get your mom? No. Why? That's your mom. Exactly. Imagine I'm trying to have,
Trying to
and
do
they're
the
like,
thing.
"Who's this?" It's like, "Who's Ellen?" It's like, "Oh, it's my mom."
Your mom's name is Ellen.
Yeah.
My mom's name is Ellen.
Would you look at that? I knew
I
you were
didn't know
great.
your mom's name was. I didn't know your mom's name was Ellen.
Ellens give birth to fucking legends, bro.
Shout the fuck out to Ellens.
Shout out to all the
Shout
Ellens
out
out there.
Ellen.
That is definitely a mama name. So shout out to all you.
Technically, my
young
mom is Ellen.
Ellens.
My mom is Ellen Ann, but it's like Ellen is her first name.
Ellen. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say my mom's middle name. I'm gonna leave that out for her own sake. Yeah, no names. I think the craziest thing I heard, and I don't remember exactly how this whole thing went down, but in conclusion, one girl says, "Oh, this girl doesn't like me," and I say, "Why?" She goes, "Well, it's because I'm pretty."
Based. What the fuck?
Oh my god. I
Huh?
don't like that either.
I don't even know what I would say to somebody like that. I'd be like,
I didn't know how to like.
"Are you fucking
I wanted to
dumb?"
be like, "You're not that pretty." Like, sorry.
Oh my-
like,
Just be like-
nothing about you is that pretty that
Just-
like I get like frustrated. Like, you know, like,
I think if you say that, it automatically makes you not pretty.
It like docks you like three
Yeah.
points, bro. You're like,
Not
you're
only
not that
not-
pretty.
not only not pretty, but you're ugly. Like you are
Yeah,
ugly.
yeah.
You are ugly as a person.
At least
Like,
you're
as-
uglier because you just said that.
You just said that those words came out of your mouth like in the English language.
And like you're not even self-aware enough to be like, just kidding.
Yeah,
like-
for real.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, yeah, this is not good. not a good situation.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing you could say to that is like, that couldn't have been it.
Entitlement just makes people extremely ugly to me. I don't like that type of shit, bro.
Yeah.
The pretty. Oh yeah, no way.
I'm
I
too
would
pretty.
leave. Like if it was a girl that I was with, I went out. I would fucking leave. I would leave. I can't
Yeah.
deal with that. Type of
What
shit.
if you were her ride? Would you give her a ride home?
I would say, here's money for an Uber and
Really?
get you home.
I'd take her home.
With that type of shit, low key, bro.
Like,
Like, have you guys ever seen that viral video of the dude that picked up a girl for a date and was gonna take her to Starbucks, and she started recording, and she was like, "This broke motherfucker gonna take me to Starbucks," and he was like, "Yeah, like I figured we could get a coffee and sit down and chat," and she was like, "Oh, I don't date dudes that are broke like you," and then he stopped the car and he was like, "All right, get out." Like,
Yeah.
if you know other dudes that can provide for you, then they can find you a ride. Get the fuck out of there.
oh damn.
And I low key had the same feeling as you, D. Right? Like, yeah, I would like being the person that I am. I would most likely take her home, but there's like a line. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, I don't. Maybe I'm stooping down to the level, but I'm not about to deal with this the whole way to your house. And then for you to be like, yeah, this broke motherfucker still took me home. Like, yeah, we're not doing that, dog.
Mm-hmm. I think
Pride
there's
has to step in for a little bit sometimes. Pride has
Yeah.
to step in.
I guess maybe it depends on like how I felt about the person and what they said exactly. But like I think overall I'd be like, I'll just take you home, bro. Like I'm not even trying to I'll never fucking talk to you again after this. You be safe.
Ooh, here's a red flag from our senior correspondent, Kelly Grigg. One red flag, dating a dad is when they say my baby mom still wants me and I can go
Ooh.
back, but I don't want to. Then
Gee.
proceed to try and date you.
Ooh.
Hold on. I
That's
don't think I'm understanding this correctly. Is she saying,
She
Kelly,
was dating.
are you saying like the guy is like, oh yeah, I can go back to my baby mama if I want to,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then, oh yeah, what the fuck is like? Who even says that?
Who even prefaces a relationship like that?
I don't get
You
like,
know-
Hey, I just want to let you know, I could eventually go back to my kid's mom, but
If I want to.
right
but
now, I don't really want to.
I don't really feel like it.
I feel like in some dude's head that's like a status of like, I got bitches and you should know. And you're not special.
There- yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I will
Like
say
that's
this.
that's what goes in their mind. They're like, yeah, Giga Chad.
As somebody who has had friends who quote unquote has bitches, I will tell you this. Anybody that has bitches, don't say that they have bitches.
Does not
No,
need to say
do
that they
not
have
say-
bitches.
They do not. They have no need to say that they. Yes, they just don't. They just don't. Listen, I think.
Yeah, because if you say that's so corny, like, yeah, bro, I got all the bitches. Like,
I think getting
No, they
socked in the mouth needs to make like a comeback, bro. Like people who say
No, the
shit
fuck
like
they
that just
don't.
needs to get socked in the throat. Who says those
Jesus
things?
Christ.
Like she doesn't like me because I'm pretty. Like what?
I'm just going back on the like has all the bitches things because think about it like this, bro. I can barely juggle one girl. Why the fuck would
Yeah.
I want all the bitches? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do you do with women? You spend money. Why the fuck? Why the fuck I want to spend all my money on different girls?
But it doesn't even make any sense in reverse. Like, think about if a girl approached you and was like, hey, I got a bunch of dudes who are on my line. I don't want them right now, but I could have them. Like,
No, you're too
okay,
optimistic.
the fuck? Get to stepping.
No, you're
See
too
you
The fuck are
later.
you talking about? Like, how does
Really?
that
But
psychological?
it is like a psychology thing, right? That I've heard is that when men do have a lot of women, it makes more women want them psychologically.
I don't think
To
so.
an extent, yeah.
I don't think it's true. I
You
think
don't think at all?
no. I think
I think there is some psychology behind it.
no.
A little bit.
I think essentially what's happening is
It's FOMO.
maybe there's like a girl, like a specific type of girl who sees that, but I don't think that's a majority of people or like majority of the women who would even be interested.
No, I'm
It's
not saying
a-
it's majority.
It's
I'm not saying it's majority.
It's a tamer. It almost there's a weird thing where I heard a comparison and it's a fun one, but it's a tamer and dominator, where men will pursue a woman. Men will pursue a woman who has a lot of men around them, right? So that and he
Men
had
will pursue women. Okay.
that have a lot of men around him
Uh-huh.
because of the urge of competition. He wants to dominate the competition and that he can dominate this woman. Where woman will pursue the same thing with a man, pursued by a lot of women, where she can feel as though she can tame this wild animal, right? Past these other tamers, right? Woo
I
the
like
wild. Kind of weird, but I liked it. It wasn't an original theory though. And so I do strongly believe that women, just like men, right? Because men will find the prettiest girl in the club and all try to fucking talk to her. Especially young single men between the ages of 21 through 26.
I
A little
think
bit of alcohol in them.
I think all that is nonsense. I think.
Yeah, but you've also never been to like a nightclub on the prowl before.
but it's not even like a experience thing in my head, right? It's mostly like a snowball. Like, so the men and women who have the most experience talking to individuals and getting their attraction have the better options down the road. Like, you could even tell from like dudes who are not like the best looking who get like super pretty girls. It's not because they're like the best looking or have all this shit. They just know how to talk to women.
Hey. No, I'm just kidding.
But like, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of damn. It's just a matter of like, I had exposure really early on. I got some luck a couple times. I figured out what worked, and then eventually down the line, I refined it all into like, and this is all happening obviously without anybody really thinking about it. It just so happens to be that people got, into situations where they were able to navigate, and now they're really good at talking to people. I think
that was a bunch of fucking baloney.
you're baloney.
I think that was the most soy.
What?
It's just because he knows how to talk to girls.
No, but it's also the other way around too. Girls have the same thing.
No, it's partly true because I have definitely met women, which I think it's. I still think it's kind of bullshit, but when it's explained, I understand it. It makes a little bit of sense. But I've met women that are like, physical attraction is nothing. It's how you talk to somebody. And here's why I think it's bullshit. Okay, because you have to have some type of attraction to somebody in order to talk to them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Something. It could be the way they smile. It could be their eyes. You think they have nice hands. They smell okay. You like their hair. There has to be something that attracts you that makes you want to talk to them.
They seem friendly enough to talk to.
Yeah, 100%. But you're like, okay, but we're talking about like two extremes of like the people who would be like unbathed fucking grease balls with their nails unclipped are also not talking to women or not talking to anybody. Maybe they're on fucking, I was gonna say Minecraft. Nothing's wrong with Minecraft. I've played it. Okay. But
La.
chicken. Dude, my sorry, really quick tangent. My cousin knows that whole song verbatim. I thought that was the funniest thing in my life. We're just
Pina was like, "Daddy, can I say the bad word?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck."
What was the bad word?
He was
in
like,
that song?
"Steve's lava chicken is tasty as hell."
Oh.
And he looked at me, and I was like, "You're good, man. You can say that."
That's funny. But yeah, I think it's just because like also, what about people who like draw or people who like play sports? It's just like a combo. What is it called? The I forgot what the fucking name was, but just when you're exposed to something for a long period of time, you have way more time to refine it and be good at it versus like a person who starts dancing at age 20 and a kid who started when he was 10. You know what I mean? One of them is going to be way more refined.
I have no idea what the fuck you're going off of right now.
Oh, just like
Refinery.
the opportunity to be able to talk to people early on in your life and to be able to refine that skill of being a people person, and even with women or men, being able to attract those people, I think is like the main thing. It's not like a dominant. I want to tame you, or like a other way around. You know, whatever it may be. In my opinion.
So, are you saying like learning to talk to somebody or knowing how to talk to somebody is a learned trait?
Yeah, I think it's a learned trait.
You don't think that people just have charisma?
Some people probably more than others. Yeah, but I mean, like, you have people who draw way better than others. This is why I brought in the analogy of other things, because it's like people are subject when they're like born. Maybe they have better hand-eye coordination, but like as they move on forward, ideally those skills get even better. But that isn't to say that somebody couldn't train to be as fast. Maybe they'll never be like the fastest man alive because there's just genetics that are also baked into that. But I think talking to people are like is a like a learned trait. You could learn to do that with exposure, in my opinion. There's
I
hope.
can vibe with that.
There's hope for everybody. You know?
No.
I was about to say
I
you
don't
don't
think
seem
so.
impressed.
I don't, because it goes with the sales thing, right? In my opinion, with sales, you either have it or you don't have it. Like sales, you could learn how to sell something, but that doesn't make you a good salesperson. Personally, I think so. I've seen lots and lots of salespeople in my day, and you either have it or you don't. Like there's a thing about being personable. There's a thing about being charismatic. There's a thing about just overall just being able to connect with somebody no matter what, and I don't think everybody has that. I don't think it's a learned trait like drawing is. Like I don't care how much you try and refine it, if you don't got it, you don't got it.
But if you like, I feel like that's not a good testing ground, because there you have to be refined already. You have to have that training, that like knowing how to look in people in the eyes or say hello or deliver something in a meaningful way that
Then
people
how would
will
you start
receive
it?
That's
How
like,
do you become a salesperson then?
you just need to be exposed to it. But it can't be, in my opinion, in an environment where you need to be that already. You need to be a salesperson when you're in a sales job. But if you're training to be a salesperson, that's why people like sell courses and do all this tip shit. It's because
Is everything in life not sales some way or another?
Well, I can see right where Zero's saying, right, and this is where I can kind of agree, is Masons aren't made in a lodge, right? And so we go to lodge to meet, but you practice the craft and you work on your craft away from lodge. You pull up to the building, and that's where we're just so happen to all be together, right? And so I can see where, like, yeah, even when I was practicing like Crump, right? My best practices and I think my deepest breakthrough moments didn't happen at the 818. They were happening at the garage. Those were happening in in an environment where I didn't have to be J Dread. I could just be Putch and just practice the fucking thing without any repercussion, you know? So I get where I definitely get I think that was a really good example, but I definitely get that example of like, you have to
I
take
still think it's a poor example
I think it's a good one.
because you're talking about dance, right? Where you like, do you think that everybody can crump?
I think given enough time and the proper training, yes.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree with that one as well. And the reason I think that it was a bad example is because you already have a background in dancing. So therefore, crumping would be easier for you than somebody that has never danced.
But
therefore, going back to what I'm saying is, you either have it or you don't. Sometimes it just is what it is when it
starting
comes to
point though, but that's where somebody that type of mentality, at least for this example, with that type of mentality will get me killed the fuck off. Because if I step in a ring with somebody thinking like, I got a background in Crump, I've been doing this for a while.
No,
I'm
that's
more
not what I'm saying though. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're better than somebody else because you have a background in dance. What I'm saying is the refining that we were originally talking about, right? Damien said, over time, you're refining, and you're becoming good at something. What I'm saying is you need to have a little bit of that something in order to start refining. You can't just not have it. Like,
No, but
not
from what I
everybody,
understood, it
not
sound-
everybody can dance, bro. Like, not everybody can dance.
I refuse to believe that.
Not everybody can dance well.
Okay, that's a different statement. That's a different. But
what I mean is like dance in a sense of like have rhythm, actually be able to learn dance. Like, sure, everybody can fucking two-step, but that doesn't mean you can two-step on beat. That doesn't mean that you know how to count beats.
I just think where you're putting, I think the only thing I won't really accept it with what you're saying is that as if that there's just because there's this huge gap of talent, right? Or there's this huge gap that refinement won't still take place. And especially if someone puts the time, effort, and care into it, that their refinement versus my refinement are going to be two different things. They're going to look two different ways. Now, I agree with you. Will I have a leg up on him? For sure. But proper time, proper care, proper place. I don't know. I just,
No. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This goes back to a conversation that we had on the podcast recently. One of you guys brought up something along the lines of like, how long does somebody go singing or something like that? You have a friend and they sing and they're doing all these singing lessons and all this shit. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why you're smiling.
How many times does it go until even I say
until you tell them to hang it up?
What did I say?
Yeah,
what did
bro,
I say?
you don't got it.
What did I say?
What did you say?
I said that I would tell them.
As long as it makes you happy.
No, that they suck. I would tell them the
Yeah.
truth that they suck, but they need to go find a teacher. Find the master. Because I remember the statement I made was when the student is ready, the master appears. And when the master is ready, the student appears.
But I also think it matters because that question is in the context of like a job and like somebody wanting to do something as their career or whatever in that sense. But like here we're talking about a conversationalist who can get better with just day-to-day conversation and eventually maybe get a girlfriend or maybe he'll never be like a womanizer and like fucking be banging chicks everywhere like that.
Whoa.
Like maybe he'll never get to that
Womanizer
point.
is crazy.
Maybe he'll never get to that point, but I'm just saying like these skills, these people just interaction skills are definitely able to be like you can chat with
Cultivated,
will you
yes.
ever be fucking like talking to everybody and being super suave and smooth in every instant and every moment in time? Maybe not. Maybe that'll never be you because maybe you need that something that like spark in you and maybe you're predisposed to it at birth for whatever reason, and those people are just super lucky and they just have it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with what you just said.
Refinement. I think refinement is important.
Refinement.
Especially, I don't like when people have too many backup plans, right? Like,
Oh, now we're getting to something completely different.
Yeah.
hold on, no. It's definitely on refinement, right? Like, just on that whole thing, like refinement, because I like that word. I think a lot of people have like get the Gary V motto of like just try everything, right? Like that's cool.
You gotta do a longer sentence.
Dude, you gotta try everything. You gotta do garage sales. You gotta haggle them. Okay, I know I'm a fucking billionaire. Okay, but I'm gonna get this seat right here, this one right here for $10, bro. $10 I'm gonna go on to eBay right now and sell it for fucking 15, bro. I'm an animal. Not Gary V is fucking.
I like it when he would always say, "I'm gonna rip his face off" or some shit like that.
Face off. Yeah.
Shit was funny.
Shut the fuck out the Gary. I love Gary V.
Shout out Gary V, man. Come on the podcast.
Garage sales.
Garage sales.
He's like 100,000 too, isn't he? Didn't we look it up?
Huh?
I haven't looked up Gary Vee. No,
I thought we looked up him and Jordan Peterson.
I know Jordan Peterson's 100K.
I would pay that money. I'm telling you, I would pay that money. If
I
I had
don't-
100,
You know what you should start doing? We should start doing. This is day one of me on posting on TikTok until Gary Vee joins the podcast.
That would be funny.
let's title the fucking podcast episodes on Spotify that. You guys aren't down. I will literally title it.
You're in charge of the Spotify.
You got the Spotify.
It's not my fucking just. This isn't my show though. Like this is a
Well,
collaborative
hey,
effort.
raise your hand if you're in for it.
Hey, Facebook.
We could-
Hey, everybody in the chat. Hold on. Okay, we're going to vote. Everybody in the chat, let us know. Should we fucking? Are we doing Jordan Peterson or are we doing Gary?
we
Vee?
can't, bro. Jordan
I'd
Peterson.
much rather have Gary Vee.
I don't
than
think Jordan Peterson would
honestly.
even like entertain it. He'd be like, "Well, 100 racks, bro. I don't give a fuck what episode
Wait,
you're
listen.
on."
With as much as
no,
we've mentioned
need
Jordan
that.
Peterson on the podcast, I would much rather have Gary Vee on the podcast. I think it would be more entertaining.
Bloody, blimey! Don't you know? It'd just be good.
What the fuck? Who is
He
that?
sounds like he's almost Irish.
What the fuck? I was about to say, what the fuck
Who
did
is
JP
that?
turn Irish? For?
Oh, that was JP.
That was his JP impression.
Jeez.
Blimey.
Somebody said he sounded like Kermit.
He does sound like he has like something in his throat.
He's got
like
like
in his
a.
throat
like,
stuck.
yeah, like somebody's holding on to it. Yeah.
Sounded like
Uh,
auto tune a little bit there.
Yeah, I just think I just don't think people, when you lock yourself down into a situation where you say there is no other option, you know, like there's
You
no.
don't like that?
I know I love that, and
Oh.
I don't like that people aren't doing that enough, right? I think that there's too much. Oh well, pivot. I can pivot. I can pivot. I can pivot. And with Corpse Collection, I've pivoted in a lot of ways, right? Like I've pivoted into doing the podcast more, pivoting into clothing more, pivot into this more, pivot into that more. But it was always Corpse Collection. That was always the mission, right? Skulls across the globe. You know, like, and I just
But-
don't think enough people, you know, like
Mhm.
refine what they're doing.
So here's the thing. So I there's a part of me that wants to agree with what you're saying, because it's like go all in. We've said it before, right? Like do your best at whatever it is that you're doing.
Ball to the
Always.
wall.
But I think there's a fine line between optimism and pessimism, right? Like an understanding to be optimistic about whatever I put my mind to, it's going to happen. But understanding the probability of it happening and having a backup should not be an issue. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
I could agree with that. I mean,
Like one of my favorite speakers, he says that his father said, I'm gonna be mad if you aim high and hit high. No, what does he say? I'll be mad if you aim low or aim high and hit high, but I won't be upset if you aim high and hit low. Like basically saying like, if you hit what you're aiming for, like I'm gonna be mad because that means that you could have went for more. But if you aim for this and you hit low, but you gave your effort, like I'm not gonna be mad at that at all.
I can dig that. I don't know.
What were you gonna say,
don't-
Zero?
I super agree with that. I don't know. I agree with that. I think that is one of the more valuable things that Jordan Peterson has a lot of great psychological takes, I think.
Shout out
Um,
JP.
Shout out JP. I think he has a really good
No, fuck JP, bro. 100K, that's crazy.
advice. Really good advice. The thing that is kind of crazy to me though, I stopped following JP a while back. But he says the same things all the time. Like I don't really need to watch any more JP because he's saying the same things that I heard.
Yeah, I won't call it him or her. That's all he's
No,
talking about.
It's
all the
not
time.
even. It's not even that. It's literally like the meaning of life. The like, I don't know. It feels like we need to reinvent something here a little bit. Like it's cool, but I don't know. The messaging I think needs to be revamped for me.
You're like, I'll pay you 100K if you say something different on my podcast.
Something different. Exactly.
Yeah, he's He's starting to frustrate me a little bit there.
Wait,
Go
why?
JP.
I'm curious.
He's a lukewarm Christian, and I think that he's using Christianity to his benefit financially.
I could see why you would feel that way. It definitely. Sometimes I get frustrated with Jordan Peterson too because there's a time and place to be stoic and philosophical and pontificate on these broad things.
Pontificate.
Don't ask me how to spell that. But there's another moment when somebody asks you a question to answer the fucking question, bro. It depends on what you mean by, bro, stop it. What the fuck are we talking about? Can we just have like
Shut the fuck up. Answer the question.
Answer the fucking, what are you talking about? You know what I mean. We're not in some ethereal place where all meanings are different at any given point in time. We're like, we could
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, D?
What?
That's how you are, low key.
It depends on what you mean.
That's how you are, low key, bro. That's low key how you are.
No,
But
because maybe not on the answer.
Maybe not on the pod. Maybe not on the pod. But there has been many a times that it has just been you and I talking, and I'll ask you a question, and you'll be like, "Well, hypothetically, let's go."
No, I feel like hypotheticals.
Shut the fuck up. Answer the question.
I feel like hypotheticals can be fine. What I'm talking about is imagine if every time you're like, "Hey, Damien, do you like turkey sandwiches or like I don't know, fucking ham sandwiches?" And I'm like, "Well, it depends on what you mean by sandwich. Are we talking about like two breads? Can a hoagie be a sandwich? Like how much lettuce is in this sandwich?" It's like, bro, fucking hell. Like, which one do you like more? Like, that's what I mean.
What's homeboy's name? The other like super religious dude that speaks on campuses.
Cliff.
Yeah. Him
bro.
and his son.
All
right.
I love that dude.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure how you feel about me loving that dude?
No, he said.
I was
something
asking
about
him and his.
son.
I think it's him and his son.
I only see him. I
Yeah,
only
that's
see
for
him.
sure.
But okay, so here's why I love this dude. Obviously, I'm not religious. Obviously, I'm not like super down to talk about religion. We've talked about religion on the podcast before, and like obviously I know the stories of the Bible. I don't know them the way Putch knows them, or somebody else that's read the Bible more recently. But what I like about Cliff is that he is real as fuck.
Oh.
And I love seeing the interactions that he has with other people, because there will be people that will basically berate the fuck out of him and tell him that he's wrong and tell him that he's this and that he's that. And he's very stern when he talks and very like animated when he speaks, but he never says anything disrespectful. He never says anything without love in it. Like, I love watching that dude's videos on TikTok and all that shit, even though I'm not religious at all, but I like hearing what he has to say and like being factual and to the point and precise.
Mm-hmm.
So the complete opposite of JP, right? Like somebody asks him a question. If somebody asks him a question, he'll like go on a little bit of a tangent, but then still answer the question. But he's like prefacing the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's a more religious focused without, because I don't know his credentials, but I don't think he has the psychological or the psychoanalysis background that Jordan Peterson has, which I like. I like that he could break things down like that, but yeah, it does get annoying. But yeah, I like him. I've only seen him a couple times. I think he's really cool.
Yeah. I just like the way that he talks and the way that he does things, and he's okay with like talking to non-religious people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he's pushing the word onto them. You know what I mean? He's just educating. Like if you can sit there and ask him a question and you don't feel like the gospel is coming over you. You know what I mean? That's why I like him a lot.
He's good. He's good. He's one of the ones I like more, especially in that format. I think I like Charlie Kirk, right? I like that he has the balls to go up and do the type of questioning that he does, right? I don't like Charlie Kirk.
No,
I don't like that he's taking on 20-year-old kids, right? And 21-year-old kids at these college campuses. It's like, bro, you're debating somebody who, like, no offense, but they have a limited scope of what the real world is out there, right? Like a lot of them have went from high school in their high school town to college in just their college town, and that's a lot of them. That's their life experience. I know not all of them, but that's all it is.
Yeah, but that's the point of what he's doing. That's the
And
point.
I get it. They are the voters of America. But what I like about Cliff in this setting, what I like more about it is when you're preaching, when you're trying to send out the good word, in his mind, when you're trying to put out the good word, it doesn't matter if they've never left Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they never left Ventura, California. Because let me tell you about the gospel. You know what I mean? That's his only mission. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how much life experience you got. It doesn't matter where you've been, how many countries you've seen. But when you're talking to somebody like a Charlie Kirk, that's a little important, right? Your cultured nature is a little important when you're having these political outlooks on life, right? So that's why, for me, I particularly like Cliff in those type of environments.
That's crazy that you like Charlie Kirk, bro. It's not crazy because I used to fuck with Charlie. I used to fuck with him, but his content has got progressively clickbaity,
Yeah,
and progressively into the shock value territory that I can't fuck with it anymore. And I don't know. Do you guys know who Myron is?
Yeah,
dude
Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit.
He's
You know
trying to be
he's
Charlie
doing.
Kirk.
Yeah, he's like doing college campus tours now.
Yeah, he's trying to be Charlie.
Honestly, fuck that dude, bro. Myron, if you ever watch this fucking podcast, you're a piece of shit, bro. Like that dude is a
What
piece
did he
of
do?
fucking
What
shit.
did he do?
No, he's just a piece of shit, bro. Like, look, I get having a alpha male mentality, right? This is I'm gonna have to go on a tangent for a second. I get having an alpha
King.
male. I get having an alpha male mentality, mindset, persona. Here's one thing that I will tell you. And I'm not saying that I'm an alpha male, but I'm not going to deny that I'm an alpha male personally. But if you are genuinely an alpha male, you don't go out and talk to other people the way that motherfucker talks to them. You don't sit there and say that you're an alpha male. You don't sit there and put other people down like, oh yeah, you fat motherfucker. Like go out and go fucking eat healthier and get to the gym. Like that's not how you fucking motivate and talk to people. And that shit pisses me the fuck off. And he's also very clickbaity and shock value. And the motherfucker gets off on clowning women for this goes back to based off of what Corpse was talking about earlier. Is like he'll take the type of women that want $1 million earners, put them on the show, and be like, "Yeah, bitch, that's why you don't deserve $1 million winner." You know what I mean? But do I agree that women should view that way, and should they be knocked down to their level sometimes when they're that high on their horse? Yes, but let's be respectful about the way that we do it. You know what I mean?
We don't talk about women like that on this fucking podcast.
But let's be respectful in the way that we do it. And I just think that dude is a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you men suck his dick. I guarantee it.
For
like,
sure. He's plowing those dudes on his show, bro.
That dude gets his dick sucked by absolutely.
Jesus.
Absolutely. I guarantee you that dude sucks dick and fucking gets railed in the asshole.
See, that's what we do on this podcast. We make unsubstantiated claims about other podcasters.
With our
that is
out.
what we do on the Usual Tuesday podcast.
And you know what? And he does a thing where he twists people's words, and he also doesn't answer questions when you ask him a direct question. If the motherfucker ever wants to come on this show and combat me with whatever the fuck he wants to do, I'll fucking take it. I'll take it.
No.
Yeah, cut that and put it on Instagram. Fuck Myron.
I think it was fun, right, in the beginning. When you start having dudes who were just like dumping on these chicks, right? Like dunking on them, fool. Like it was
Wait,
fun,
but what's the other dude's name that does the other podcast? The white dude.
Oh, the whatever podcast.
That dude is way more respectful than Myron. Yeah, he shits on women a little bit too, but I like the way he does it a little bit more than the other guy because at least he's not super disrespectful. He has
his co-host who's like there's one who's like a skinny guy, supposed to be some kind of Christian dude, and there's another dude who's like his Jamie, who is supposed to be some other Christian dude too. And I just think they're fakey Christians, right? Like, and again, Lord forgive me, I don't mean to speak on nobody that way, but I just like Cliff. I think that there's a certain. I don't think everybody's called to spread the gospel, right? Like that's not
Literally.
that's not our job, right? My job is to tell you my testimony and plant the seed inside your heart. That's my job. God does the rest, right? And so I think they fuck up when they try to step in and try to get real sermony with these girls when it's like, and they go, you invited them here, bro. Like my G, you invited them here. Not gonna lie, like it's funny, right? But you invited them here to berate them this way.
It's
And I
like,
just think
yeah, but it's, and that's the thing that I don't like about it, bro, is that it's like you said, it was funny in the beginning,
in the beginning.
but now it's just for content. It's just fucking annoying, and it's just like, let's why are we not uplifting? You know what I mean? I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like,
Well, we can be uplifting, but
by being demeaning.
at the same time, I gotta sometimes you gotta meet people exactly where they are.
Mm,
How we choose to talk to them and all this stuff is very peculiar because just like our children, right now, I'm not saying other people are our children, but even when I was a child, I learned the best lessons when they came with just consequences, right? And I don't think a just consequence for any woman is parading her on some podcast, calling her a dirty whore in front of all these hundreds of thousands of people. I just don't. But I do think we can meet them where they're at and be like, "Hey, sweetie, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know X,
here's why.
Y, Z."
All right, so here's where I disagree with your statement. Okay, and if you want to give another example, then maybe I'll agree with you. But the example that you gave is parents giving kids consequences based off their action to meet them where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing as like giving these women their consequences on a podcast and meeting them where they're at. And what's just. The difference is parents have the ability to say what's just for their children. That's the difference.
That's
Whereas
where
like
it gets weird.
who is this podcast host? Who is he to say what's just for this woman that's on his show? You know what I mean? Like he don't know her different than Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street.
That's a
So
bar. That's
you
a
know what I
bar.
mean? So like,
That's a bar.
what's like? How can we say that that's just? You see what I'm saying?
That's where I think where we can come to a middle ground is the whole acronym of think, right? I've never let that go ever since you taught that to me. And you
I love
meet
that you
them.
still use that.
Oh, I love that, bro. And like a good salesman, if we were going to have these, maybe this is something we can even make sure to remind ourselves of and other people can listen to. If you're going to invite an OF model, again, everybody knows clearly, most of us would not date an OF model, blah, blah, blah. And if we intentionally brought one on to have that conversation with them, I think I would hope that I can converse with them the same way that we've conversed every week in the way that we converse with Lucy and right, healthy and normal. And I think we can meet them where they're at by telling them the truth. They want the truth. Let me tell you the truth, right? I think you start. I don't think it's a stretch of the truth to tell a girl what a statistic is around a guy that she wants, right? But I think that truth associated with some
Heckling?
truthful, objective realities is where you start to lose me. Because like again, like I said earlier, it was funny in the beginning, right? You tell a girl the numbers of what it looks like, blah blah blah. But then after a while, it's kind of like, hey, dog, there's got to be a better way though that we can like you're saying, like get this point across, uplift it, so that we don't continue to see the same bullshit on my feed of you cussing some girl out and she's storming out.
Well, that's the difference in what you're saying, and I agree with that 100%. Like, if we did have an OF model on the show, it would be extremely respectful, and like we're not gonna be heckling this girl and putting her down, and like we're just gonna talk, like just talk to people. And that's why I said sometimes it's hard for me to watch those shows because it is, excuse me, just for the content,
Mm-hmm.
and they know what's gonna get clicks and what's gonna get views, and They have a audience to uphold, and I just don't. I can't get down with that
See,
anymore.
for me, I think meeting them where they're at is just saying, they ask me, would you date an OF fan? I say no. That's me meeting them where they're at. I think anything outside of that is just doing a disservice, right? And I think now we've created more of a disservice by allowing, I don't even want to say allowing it to continue, because it's not like we have like some kind of magical control over who puts out podcasts. But it's like, I think I think if we ever do get the chance, if we ever do get that opportunity, yeah, to make sure that we just do it the right way. And then hopefully other people.
What's your thoughts, bro? You've been quiet for the last
I've been
15
chilling.
minutes.
No, it's because I never watched any of these like podcasts. I get the premise, but yeah, I just found it like, why the fuck? Why? Yeah, exactly. Like, why bring anybody on that you're just like fully disagree? It's okay to fully disagree with somebody and bring them on, but then why like ridicule them so much to the point where it's like your lifestyle is bad. You should be fucking ashamed. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So yeah.
Yeah, but if you're getting a bag though, a lot of people are gonna agree to go.
Yeah, a
on.
lot of people are gonna agree to go on, but like, and that's, yeah, like you guys said, that's their content, and the reason it's still happening is because, and I don't even know if it's popular anymore. I just never followed these podcasts. Like, I know of them, like the Whatever podcast and the Fresh and Fit, because they kind of made their rounds, especially when the red pill stuff was really popping. But yeah, that's all they know, right? So of course they're gonna try to keep the fire going, but when people are kind of moving on and like, content's kind of whatever, they'll eventually go out or they'll pivot, which hopefully they do.
I just think they're too far gone, and that's why I'm glad that we
It's
never
hard to
got.
pick between.
Yeah, dude, they became this character. Like that is their
Well,
character.
Well, I won't say that because Jake and Logan Paul are doing fine.
Wait, what did you say before that? It kind of cut out.
Oh, I said I won't say that they can't pivot because look at Jake and Logan Paul; they're doing fine.
Oh, bro, those guys are like as much as I don't watch their content either, and I grew out of it. Like, those guys are masters at fucking pivoting. They went from Vine to YouTube to vlogs to pranks to like reality vlog type things, and then they've been all over that. Those guys have mad longevity.
Yeah, the two people that are losing it right now, Uzi and Vitali.
Fousey, bro. He has a long fucking history. I remember watching him a long time ago.
That
I
dude
don't
is a
like that
fucking
cat
prick.
at all. I don't
He's a
like
prick.
him at all.
In real life. He's a prick.
You told me about this.
Oh, I've told this story on the podcast before. Yeah, he's not a nice guy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
That's drugs, bro. It's drugs.
Yeah, I mean, probably, and I don't doubt that he actually has some head stuff going on, that mental disorders or whatever. But I thought he used to be more entertaining. He felt more raw back 2016 and stuff like that. But since then, I haven't really. I remember he had like a mad crash out when he tried to like fill up a stadium with free tickets. And after that, I kind of dropped off. I didn't really follow him too much. And then he's done so many stints of like live streaming, like 24-hour live streams. As soon as you see that from Fousey, it's like, bro, you're kind of.
Well, it's like when you've been a content creator for that long, and you're continuing to just try and make the same content and not branch out. Like, that's easy enough to turn somebody into a psychopath.
No, I'll say like and like I said, I'm not a big fan of him anymore, but he's pivoted a lot too. He did he came up on pranks, but before that he did skits. After that he did vlogs. After that he did, I think he started a podcast really early on, before podcasting was like big like we know it now. I think he did like a YouTube original show. He's done he went into boxing for a little bit, then become an announcer. I feel like he's done a lot of pivoting too.
Yeah, but he's so far out of his mind now.
And then after that, live streaming, like he was pretty hot with live streaming for a second there. Like he definitely had his waves. As much as like people find him divisive or maybe don't like him, like he's definitely
fuck Fousey too.
Caught his waves.
Fuck Fousey. Fuck Myron.
Jeez.
Give me Gary V on the podcast.
I don't know about Vitali. I've just never personally.
Fuck that dude too, bro. That dude's a prick.
What about Gideon?
I've never watched too much of his shit, so I don't. He's newer. I consider him too new compared to those two, Vitali and Fuzi.
He doesn't have the longevity. I used to think he was so funny when he would do his like public shit, but then he, not to say it's lame, but like he pivoted to doing more God content, and then I think stuff was like really.
Well, some people get into that. Like, look at Bunk Gang.
And that's, oh yeah, I forgot about him. He went heavy. Like I think he went to jail, came out, and was heavy into Christianity or God and everything. And no, but Gideon like fully, yeah, he went into live streaming, like ditched everything, live streaming and reading the Bible, brought pastors onto his live streams. I just felt like it wasn't as enjoyable. Not to hate on him, it just wasn't something I was into. But
you unreligious fuck.
But it just, his delivery was like, you need to hone your craft a little bit in this area. You can do it, but
I pray for deliverance for you fucking two sinners, dude.
Oh, you watch
Me, a sinner? What do I do sin wise?
Oh, brother, we do a lot.
No premarital sex for me.
Oh, based.
Have you?
Come on.
Have
now.
you repented for those sins?
I've been forgiven.
Wait, I don't think he's been married once, right?
Literally, my chest says forgiven. I've been forgiven. I remind myself daily.
Is that how that works?
Matter of fact, you need to be forgiven for having a forgiven tattoo. Quite frankly.
Oh yeah, because you can't be marked, right? Isn't that like one of the things?
Well, no, it was more like back in the day that they believed to get God's attention, right? That to like cut and brandish yourself was a way to catch God's attention. And so with the new covenant that was established, you didn't have to do that anymore.
Word. I remember.
All right.
I just remember. Sorry, really quick. My grandma would be. My uncle has mad tattoos. She would be fucking furious if I got some shit, bro.
My dad doesn't like it at all.
She would damn near disown me.
My dad hates my tattoos, bro. And the crazy thing is, I'm gonna be like blasted eventually. Like, I'm gonna be blasted my whole body.
When do you think you'll get your because you have a pretty big tattoo, like on your stomach area. When do you think you'll get that kind of finalized? And
let's see. There's three things holding me back from it. One, I'm a pussy. The stomach does not feel good, bro. And knowing that I'm gonna probably have to endure about 5 to 7 hours of getting my stomach tattooed is not going to be fun at all. 2, money, because tattoos are expensive. 3, the artist is in Arizona, so I'd have to go to Arizona to get my tattoo finished.
Damn.
So, okay, so I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show. You don't have any tattoos, so
no.
I don't know if you can chime in on this, but you can give your thoughts. I would. Sure. So growing up, so I got my first tattoo when I was 16, and I've been into tattoos ever since. I slowed down a lot, but I got my first tattoo when I was 16, and I've been getting tattoos throughout the rest of my life. I've always said, if you can't sit through a tattoo, you don't deserve to have a tattoo. But now they have extremely, extremely good numbing cream.
Pussy.
That a lot of tattoo artists use and recommend.
Pussy.
So am I a bitch if I fucking
yes
put
no
fuck
on that no cream on numb it up baby
my tattoo finish?
Pussy.
Numb it up.
Corpse. Pussy. You don't have your stomach tattooed, bro.
Pussy. There's always an excuse. A pussy always has a fucking excuse. That's what makes them a pussy.
Corpse, you don't have your stomach tattooed, bro.
And when I get my stomach tattooed, I will not have numbing cream.
You will say, oh shit, I see what the fuck Cisco's talking about. No. Okay, let me just put it to you like this. If I got my whole tattoo finished in one setting, then of course I would say the same thing. But I have to go back now and go get the rest of my, after knowing what almost 4 hours of getting my stomach tattooed feels like. That's the reason I've had this tattoo for like 6 years without being finished because it hurts so bad, bro. It hurts that bad. I'm telling you, it hurts. And I've had my chest, like you. I've had my sternum, my ribs. The stomach is the most painful.
Senior correspondent Kelly Gregg. Gotta
Trust.
work the pain.
I understand. Listen, I have many of tattoos that I've sat through and endured the pain.
No.
My sternum was really bad. My stomach, horrible.
Not only am I disappointed in you, but your fucking ancestors. All of them that suffered brutally.
Guess what though? Most of them, given the numbing cream, would be like, "Fuck yeah, bro! What the fuck?"
No. They'd be like, "What the fuck is
Bro,
this?
I'm
What is
sorry,
this
but
sorcery?
if I'm
What
going into
is this?"
surgery and the doctor's like, "Listen, we
Listen.
can cure you in this surgery. We gotta open you up. We gotta
No,
you be put under."
Corpse is right though. Corpse is right.
No.
And here's what I'm saying, bro. My dad sliced his ankle, not off, but he like took a big ass chunk out of his ankle with a machete and let the shit heal by itself. If I told him that I was putting numbing cream to get a tattoo, he would look at me and want to disown me. He'd be like, "What? Why the fuck are you getting a tattoo then?"
Did
if
he
you're not
wrap
gonna
up
feel it?"
the thing? Did he wrap up the
Yeah, of course
ankle?
he wrapped it up, but bro, like if you look at his ankle, it's all fucked because he hacked himself with a fucking machete.
Wait, but would you say that that's like a good thing that he did?
No.
This isn't even like a good comparison though either, because like a sliced to hell ankle versus a tattoo.
I'm just
obviously not
saying,
the
my
same, but
dad would not approve, and I search for daddy's approval every day.
There
Fuck
you
it,
go.
bro.
Let's talk about childhood trauma, okay?
I can be daddy. Okay, it's okay. I say
Okay,
it's
so
fine.
wait, okay, so let me ask you this, Corpse. What do you think about those dudes that go under anesthesia and have multiple people work on their backs at once? Also, bitch shit.
I still think it's pretty fucking pussy.
Bro,
I don't think it's pussy to
multiple
get it all
people-
done at once, though.
Now I have seen. I think
I would do
anybody
that,
who
too, by the
elects
way.
for it, it's pretty puss, right? Like if you ask, me. It's pretty puss. Now I remember as I'm getting tattooed, right? I was getting my prints tattooed. See, and this one's not finished, right? But it's not because it hurt too much. It's just I haven't wanted to get it finished. Like you know what I
Did
mean?
it
Like,
hurt?
yeah, my ribs hurt. My ribs hurt like a bitch, but I've got them tatted 3 times now, right?
Oh, thank you.
But I remember as I was getting my prints, bro, I just heard, and I looked, and old dude was laying on the floor, and he was like, "Yeah, they made him pass out right now. Like they put the fucking cloth to his face.
Damn.
I was like, here, smell this."
Oh my god, he got chloroform.
And he fucking passed out. Yeah, and there were like, so they had like a couple people helping him get back onto the table, and he was like, yeah, he wouldn't have made it. Like what he wants and what he wants to get done today, he would not have made it through that tattoo. That I can understand. Someone puts you to sleep, kind of, you know, what's consent, but you know, they put you to sleep.
That's insane. What the fuck?
That's a little different. That's a little different. Like if I told my boys, like, "Hey, bro, it's cool. Like if homie tells you I need to go to sleep, just don't tell me, right? Because I'm gonna freak out." That would be different, right? But if I was like, "No, put me under," no.
No, look, if I was, because I want a very big back piece, and if somebody said, yeah, we can have 3 artists work on it and you can knock it out in one session, but we got to put you under, handle it, bro.
That's a little. That's kind of a different proposition. I think I could accept. I probably wouldn't do it. But I could accept that. Like if they're like, "Yo, unless you want to pay for 2 sessions, we can knock your ass out right now and just get it done," right?
2 sessions, it would be like 5 sessions.
And it'd just be cheaper. To
No,
do
but
it
I'm just
the one.
saying, like, instead of 10 sessions, we could do it at 5,
Yeah.
but we got to knock you out, bro. It's like, and you're going to save like $3,000. Like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Put the needle in my arm. Put the
Yeah,
needle in my arm.
Let's go ahead. Let's make the snappy, bro. Get it done. Matter of fact, if you can do it today, and I'll just be sore as fuck tomorrow. Like, who cares?
Yeah, okay. That's another thing that I
The
was thinking about,
healing.
people that get put under and get big ass pieces like that. Because I've seen people do like get full sleeve, like chest to full sleeves. I've seen people get their full backs, full legs done like that. Imagine when they come to, imagine the pain that they're in, bro.
Ah!
Oh, Kelly, you cannot get drunk before a tattoo. You will bleed out. Well,
It thins your
Yeah,
blood.
that's what they
or
say. Your blood thins, but
Yeah.
some tattoo artists won't even tattoo you if you smell like alcohol.
Yeah.
They recommend not drinking.
I barely bleed. It's so wild.
Yeah, I don't bleed a lot either when I get tattooed.
I barely bleed. Yeah.
I've never gotten a tattoo, so I don't know.
Do you plan on ever getting one?
Yeah,
you did. You told me if you ever got one,
yeah,
you would get an Adventure Time sword.
yep. I say yes so often, but then I'm like, when am I gonna do it? I have no urgency for it. So
If I one day hit you up and I was like, D, let's go get tattooed. It's not like you don't know what you want already, and you know where you want to put it.
Yeah, I want it on my leg. I think leg tattoos are pretty sick.
That's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna get a big ass stave on my shin, my left shin.
Oh, that's cool. So I have a weird thing about like firsts for things. Maybe not weird. I don't know. Maybe other people have this, but for my first tattoo, I want there to be like certain people there with me, just like my girlfriend, and like if I don't get the Adventure Time,
you want your girlfriend? Is there more people that you want there?
I don't know. I think it's
It's not really like a party thing, you know that, right? Like, and it takes a while. So, what your girlfriend's just gonna be standing there, like staring at you, getting a tattoo?
I guess you're right, but I just want it to be like a very deliberate. Like, I know I'm going here for this thing. I got the artist I want to do. You know, their thing. I like their work, and I think I'd want it to be planned. My first tattoo, I wouldn't do like on a whim. Thereafter, I'd be like, fuck it, yeah, well, let's go. I got some cheddar. But after like to break the seal, I couldn't do it on a whim.
Corpse, was your first tattoo like set and planned, and you knew where you were going, when you were going, what you were doing?
Kinda. I always knew I wanted my last name. And then, matter of fact, I was living. This dude, his name was Russell.
Your chest was your first tattoo?
Yeah, this one right here.
Oh fuck.
And then I got these two done like a week later. Yeah, he was getting a piece done. He had got a piece done, and then he had this huge chest tattoo that he was going to get covered up. And he's like, "Fuck!" Like he was debating it, and I was like, "Don't trip, fool! Like when you go to get yours done, I'll get my first tattoo too. Like we'll go in together." I show up to the tattoo shop. He's not showing up. Not showing up. I'm like, "Hey, yo, Russ, where you at? They ain't showing up." I was like, "All right, let's just go ahead and lay down." I lay down and got a tattoo right there by myself.
Bro, that is so fucking crazy because my first tattoo story is very similar to that. Wait, how old were you?
18.
Okay, so for my 16th birthday, my mom knew I wanted to get a tattoo. And she said, if you're going to get a tattoo, I'm going with you to watch you sit and be in pain for getting your first tattoo. So I said, bet, say less. Bro, we went to 5 different tattoo parlors, and all of them said, in the state of California, we cannot give 16-year-olds tattoos even with parental consent. Like, I guess it was like some law that had changed, and they were like, piercings we can do, but tattoos we cannot. So my mom was like, sorry, Bubba. You know, we literally tried all day for me to get a tattoo. Sorry, son, blah, 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 blah. So my birthday is September 26th. One of my good friends, his birthday is October 16th. So he was like, he turned 16 as well. And he was like, I'm going to go and get a tattoo tribute for my parents on the back of my leg. Do you want to roll with me? Like, I have somebody that's going to do the tattoo for me. So I said, sure. And I rolled with them. I was sitting in the tattoo shop. And the artist came up to me and was like, yo, you waiting for a tattoo? And I was like, yes. And he was like, all right, come on back. What do you want? And I told him exactly what I wanted. He charged me $250, which I know was a little steep for what I got. But I got my tattoo that day. And like, I didn't even think I was going to get a tattoo. I was just there to support my boy. I called my mom after I got it, and she was a little bummed out. But I was like, it hurt like a bitch. It really didn't. It didn't hurt. Now that I think about it, as an adult, it didn't hurt that bad. But I was just 16, and I remember like I was like walking around school with my sleeve up, like being the badass, fucking cool 16-year-old that had a tattoo.
Yeah,
That's so gay.
Bro, when I got my ribs tattooed, that was the one I was like, yeah, I'm down to show these off. Like, you know what I mean? Like so many people, dude. Oh my god, did your ribs hurt, bro? Oh, did your ribs hurt? Oh my god, your ribs hurt. Oh my god, is that a ow? Oh my god. I was like,
I
yeah.
was literally gonna say that when you when you brought up your ribs. I was gonna ask that while Save was telling the story of how his stomach like really hurt.
Yeah.
But
Ribs hurt too, bro. Ribs ain't no joke.
no,
That was
I've heard.
And I don't
That
even
was-
have like my ribs only go up to like it only goes like to this portion of my ribs, not back here.
Yeah.
And Corpse like has like on his actual rib itself.
Yeah, I go up into my armpit here, and it goes all the way. And then on this side, I have that, and then almost up into my armpit on that side.
Yeah, armpit ain't no joke, bro.
At some point, I wanted an owl that was made of gears. I thought that would have been so cool. But
Oh, that's sick.
I feel like too intricate for most. And then I don't know, like the lines I feel like would heal weird. So like,
Nah, you can't think like that, bro. People, tattoo artists are sick.
They
You
know
gotta
what-
do your research.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
they
that's why I would want like an artist, and like especially for these Adventure Time swords, like the way I would want them, and like for them to heal, like I'd want them to look good, obviously for the rest of my life. But
Well, the
yeah.
healing process is really up to you.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will tell you this: I have so Sierra's cousin is a tattoo artist, and he's done a lot of my work. And then the guy that did the Kagini, he's a very good friend of mine that I grew up with, and both of them will tell you, an artist will not put something on you until you think that it is like exactly how you want it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be like super nitpicky, like, oh, can you move this line over? Like, because somebody's still drawing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if you bring like a hard copy of exactly what you want, that's what you're going to get.
Like if I print out these swords, or like I guess make an edit of like how I want them
Correct.
placed.
Yeah.
If you tell him like, oh yeah, Adventure Time, yeah, I kind of want it like this, and then this and this, and he draws it out. Like, you got to remember, it's still somebody drawing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And people too, I think, also get fucked up because they think they want their tattoo a certain size, but then it doesn't fit the body part that they're trying to put it on.
That too. I don't know how big I'd want it. I have no clue.
Literally bust out a ruler. I'm telling you, when I did my dad's birthday card, right? So this signature was at the bottom, right? So my artist had to go and fuck with it or whatever. But bro, literally, that it's just script, right? Just the script took 8 hours.
Wow, Jesus.
It was, I think, if I remember right, bro, it took us like 3.5 hours just to get the stencil on there. Like, it started hitting the point where it was like, hey, bro, I probably got like 2 more wipes of your arm left before we set it and forget it. It's like, fuck, all right. And then he threw it on there a couple more times, and I was like, yeah, that's the one. And everyone always says it looks clean, like it's lined up on my arm good.
Yeah, on the just seeing it right now, it looked really good.
Yeah, but I even told him, I was like, bro, if we can't get it, I'll just come back another day. Like, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
but sometimes you could just tell the artist, fuck you. Like my Frank tattoo, my artist told me not to get it right here because it would contort with my arm when I moved it, which it does. Like, I can't, like, unless
it
my
doesn't
arm
look
is
bad,
straight
though.
and you look at yeah, but if I'm like doing, like, just artists think about that
Sure,
stuff when
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
some type of face or something. And I said, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want it right here. And he was like, all right, whatever.
Fuck it.
Sorry, I yawned. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't do that. I'm not trying to yawn.
Woo! That was a good one. Holy
I
shit.
feel like that was started fake and then it turned real.
It did
Yeah,
start
right?
fake, and it was completely real after that. Holy
Well, I'm
shit.
trying not to yawn after seeing both of y'all yawn. I'm chilling.
All right, so D,
Mm-hmm.
bro, how's the race prep coming?
Oh, I was just talking to Putch about this before, like in the green room. So last Sunday, so overall it's been really good up until last Sunday. Last Sunday I fucked something up. So Sundays are typically my long runs. I'm hitting, like last Sunday I hit 6 miles. That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I never ran 6 miles before, and that was really cool. I did it at Seaport. I just wanted to be next to the ocean. I thought that was nice. But I started in Seaport, ended basically at like the first, not the first terminal, but the first sign where you see the terminals for the airport.
Airport.
And then I ran back. And that was really cool. But coming up to probably like my last 2 miles to mile, somewhere around there, my leg was feeling really tense, my left leg. And I was just feeling like tense, and I didn't think it was anything abnormal. I was like, whatever, I'll just power through it. Fuck it. Powered through it. Probably didn't stretch like I should have. And, I'm not eating bananas now. I am, and I heard that's good for like cramps and like
monkey never cramp.
And so I probably didn't do the proper things. Went home, showered, went about the rest of my day. The next day, it was a 4-mile run, and at mile like, I want to say like mile three, I was feeling it again. I was like, this is weird. It doesn't feel normal, like a normal tense. It feels like something is gonna fucking rip if I keep going. But I pushed through. I pushed through as much as I can. Eventually, I kind of stopped. And I'm like, I'm gonna fuck something up. And then it's just not been the same. Like, it gets really tense to the point where, it just feels like something's gonna rip. And I'm like, bro, I don't want that to feel that. Like, I just went on a 2-mile run, and around, once I'm finishing mile run into mile 2, I'm starting to feel that tenseness come back again. And I just don't know. Like, I don't know. It's super annoying because I really just want to run and I want to continuously be training. But yeah, it just keeps coming back.
Have you like tried to get your old lady to rub you out, or like use a massage gun or anything like that? No, I didn't even mean it like that. But like,
no.
You know what I mean? Like, or like go get an actual massage from somewhere.
No, I just haven't. I haven't even thought of that. I just thought it was like a tense thing. So I kind of gave it 2 days, and then I tried it again. Still tense. Like I said yesterday, or no, sorry, today I did it. It was still tense. So I'm trying to do like I said, the banana thing, and I'm trying to, I rolled out my calf. I've been trying to stretch like extra, like stretching throughout the day. Like my calves specifically, stretching extra, like making sure that I'm paying attention extra to my calves when I'm stretching before the run, stretching a bit after the run. Like, I'm trying to do all these things and just keeps coming back.
Have you tried like maybe going to the gym and doing your miles on a treadmill instead? Maybe that's what it is, like the concrete,
the ground. Maybe. I'm just thinking too, like, maybe I just need to take it real slow, like not, try to hit this 10-minute mile every time. Maybe I hit a 13-minute mile or like a 11-minute mile and just take it real easy, but still have that, like, work that I put in today. I did a 3-mile or whatever, and maybe see how that pans out. I don't know if it's necessarily like the treadmill would be the difference. It might be. I mean, maybe I go to the gym and I'll just hit a quick treadmill to kind of feel it out, but I don't know. I've also tried to do different running styles, like different, because typically I'll go, what is it called? Heel? Not heel to toe. I'll do backwards.
Oh yeah. I saw you talking about it in your video.
Yeah, and that way I've always experienced like really good runs that way, and I've stayed away from like shin splints because of it. At least in my opinion, I've just never gotten shin splints.
That's the worst, by the way.
Yeah, my cousin gets them a lot. I feel so bad.
That's not fun.
But yeah, it's helped me a lot. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I just can't get back into the swing of it after last Sunday. It sucks. The vlog for that day hasn't come out yet. I have to edit that, but I've just been trying to.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it.
I've been trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like,
unlike some friends, I make sure I like every single one of your videos. Try to leave a comment. I try and like every single one of Putch's videos that he releases on Instagram and TikTok. So do I. I'm glad you do that for Putch.
I do that for you as well. Anytime that I see your videos. I think I went back the day that
You
you
did
told
go
me,
back after I called
and I liked it.
I was just fucking with you though. I'm just
Nah,
because
nah,
I don't put out the same type of content that you guys put out. I like lip sync songs
Mm-hmm.
and like acting monologues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a talent in and of itself. It's not typically what I'll consume, but like I tried
Thanks
it.
for the backhanded comment.
That
Love
shit
that.
is fucking hard. Huh?
It is hard. You want to know what I used to do? I used to just like drink for an hour while I'm listening to the same sound over and over and over again until I memorized it, and then I would just fucking say it.
That makes sense. I'm just like, if I can't get it in
Swear to
5
God.
minutes, bro, I'm like, man, fuck all of this. I don't even care anymore.
Oh shit, yeah. Nah, I'm excited because I get to support both of you guys on the same fucking day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a
Let's
fun day.
fucking go.
It's gonna be a
And I'm-
long day, bro. That's gonna be a
That's
long
why I said if you want to stay the night in Oxnard, we fucking can do that.
maybe.
Just spend
Which-
that
Because
night.
think about it, you're gonna be up at 5 a.m., bro.
Yeah, I'll be up early. No, I don't know about 5. I think
Spend
be early.
that
It'll be
blood
early.
Run is at
clot
7, right?
numb
Yeah, it'll be
blood
early. It'll be
You
work.
want to make sure that you have food in you, you're
Yeah.
hydrated, you're ready to go. You're gonna be up by 5. You're gonna be at the event by 6:30, running by 7. Done. Then we'll probably go out to lunch. Then we're gonna make our way up to Oxnard so we can kick it with Putch for the day.
Kick it with
And the
Putch
show's not
and
until like
Putch.
7 or 8.
Not until 7 or 8.
And then by the time we leave, you're gonna want to drive 3 hours minimum back down. You're probably not gonna want to do
Go start that.
that. Let's be real.
Bro, skis. I like my.
I'm not trying to
bag.
look. I'm not trying to convince you.
No, I know. I'm
I'm
been
just saying
thinking
that-
about it.
Health wise and tired wise, I don't want to be in a car with somebody that's been up since 5 a.m. and is tired. I know how you get when you're tired, bro. You get sleepy when
No.
you're tired.
I do get sleepy. No, I've been
You
in
get
some
sleepy.
dicey like situations. Where I'm like, how the fuck did I get in this driveway right now?
That's definitely not what I want to hear when I'm going to be in the passenger
No,
seat.
definitely not. It definitely doesn't have. It's only happened once, to be clear. But it was definitely like,
saying.
oh my god, bro.
You
I
want to
was,
bring your old lady up with you so you guys can sleep in the bed together. You don't got no pets to worry about. Like, I'll get a different room. We don't have to worry about that. And,
No pets, no pets. Oh.
bada boom, bada bang.
No,
Bada
I
bing,
don't think
bada
she would
boom,
wanna
pow.
but the ad libs. The ad libs are going crazy.
He's like, damn.
See,
say Dale.
We said day.
Daylight.
When me wanna go home.
You guys
Um,
ever see that dude on TikTok?
Yeah.
that make it?
Susita, susita, susita. Daylight, come on, me wanna go home.
You guys ever see that dude on TikTok that like talks about different fruits and vegetables, but he like sings it?
no.
He's like, cucumber, make you want to slumber. No, you never seen that guy? Oh, I'll have to post it in the fucking group chat. It's fucking hilarious.
Never ever.
That's funny.
All right, well, since we're supporting both of you guys on the same day,
Hmm.
Hutch, anything new coming up with the comedy show or anything? I know we're gonna get a vlog. I know Damien's gonna edit together a wonderful piece of work
was
for
about to say, am I?
everybody.
Are we doing that? No, of course.
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
I definitely have to vlog the race. That's for sure. Skis, because the whole training
For
thing is
sure,
for the
yo.
race.
I'm just saying, if or if not, you decide that you want to do something for UTP, I would recommend a short form and long form video for content purposes. Just saying.
Word. Okay.
Content purposes.
Because you're the only one who knows how to do that. If you leave it up to me and Corpse, we're just gonna give it to AI and they're gonna put together whatever the fuck they put together.
Absolutely.
Because we're just lazy ass motherfuckers.
It's funny because I do notice that Putches is from Caption. Is that what it's called?
CapCut.
CapCut.
Oh, you're using CapCut.
Oh, you using
okay.
CapCut now?
Or is it CapCut? No, it's Opus Clips. There you go.
Opus.
Yeah, we've been using Opus
Yeah, we
Clips.
used
Bro.
Opus Clips for a
Actually,
little
D
while.
was the one who told me about Opus Clips.
And
Yeah.
I've been all over you.
I just
And
can't.
I used to pay like $20 a month.
Yeah, I just
And be like, here's my YouTube video. Fucking spit out a bunch of shit, and I'll pick one and fucking just put it on there.
the worst thing is that it never says. I don't know if you get this. Maybe it's just like a limiting problem for me. I was gonna say I've tried it in different software, and it's like video too long. Cut down the video. I'm like, bro, that's your fucking job. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's never done that for me, and I would always post 2 hour
Oh, the
the
whole
2 hour
YouTube.
streams.
Damn.
Yeah, I would just put my link, put it in there, give it about 30 to 45 minutes, and it would spit me out like 20 videos. And I'd be like, this one's good, this one's good, this one's good. Post.
I just post all of them.
You just go down the line and post them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Opus was the jam, bro.
Yeah, Opus was cool.
It gave me words on the screen. It looked like a fucking professional TikTok video. It would get some words wrong, but you know, fuck it. I paid for it, so might as well just utilize it.
Might as well use
I utilize it up.
Bro, Hutch is gonna get off of this just singing. He's gonna be singing the whole night.
He's on a good one right now.
It's like I have Tourette's or something, dude. It's like a fucking tick.
Musical Tourette's.
Bro, we gotta get. It's been a long time since either I've been really drunk on the podcast or Putch has been really high on the podcast, and I think it's time for Putch to get really high on the podcast.
I'm really high right now.
No. There's been times where you sit there and you're like, bro, I just blasted off. Like,
Yeah, literally. It's been a minute since that happened.
I'm always gonna say this. My favorite clip of all time from all the podcasts we've ever done is when Davian says, "Guess how many gummies I took?" And then Corbs goes, 500.
Like, yep, 500.
And Davian was like, 500? I took 5 milligrams.
Bro, I was just about to say too. I kind of want to pick up some gummies just so I can, not so I could chill out, but it just, you know, every once in a while you want a little 5 milligrams.
little milli vanilli.
Yeah, you just want a little fiver. Maybe, nah, 10 is too much for me.
Little dime.
10 is too much for me.
My mom actually told me she was down to take edibles with me, and I want to do it just for like the sake of the story. But I'm so fucking scared that I'm gonna get paranoid and be all fucked up.
No, you take it.
No, because you can't get unhigh.
No, but you got to take a little bit, bro. I hate getting that type of high, and I will get that type of paranoid high where I think the outside is space.
A little bit is D. I
Take
haven't
5
touched marijuana since I was like 19.
grams. Just a little 5 grams. You can go up from there.
Just a little 5.
5 might be too much.
Do it 2.5. Cut that in half. Cut it into quarters. So that way it's only 2.5.
Like, okay, mom, here's a quarter for you. Here's a quarter for me.
No,
Wait
no,
45 minutes.
Maybe your mom
here's a
might.
quarter for you.
I guess
quarter for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm down for the experience because it's with my mom, and my mom's never touched weed in her life, ever.
That's crazy.
And I used to be like a fucking pothead when I was a kid, but I know what it does to me, or I know what it did to me like 15 years ago, and that scares the shit out of me. But I might just say fuck it. And just do it. Because I know I'm not gonna die from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't die. You're not gonna OD.
And if I feel uncomfortable, I just drink some alcohol and I'll feel better.
Or you just sit in silence for a
take
little
a
bit.
Xanax or something. No, silence will fuck me up.
Don't do a Xanax.
If I sit in silence, I will literally borrow fucking Corpse's tinfoil hat and sit in a corner somewhere and be like, what is the definition of life? What are these fucking tunnels that they built into the
I remember I was so fucking paranoid. My girlfriend's laid up next to me. She's like, hey, look, this is what they theorize a real angel looks like. And I'm like, I can't do this right now. Don't show that to me.
Yeah, no, the image.
Bro, that was horrible.
Allegedly, what an angel looks like is like
that's what he got out of the conversation.
thousands of eyes.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a rotating like.
And in the Bible, allegedly, I think it's Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah, that sees the angel. And there's a meme, a really funny meme, where the angel tells Isaiah, he goes, "Do not be afraid." And then Isaiah goes, "I've never been more afraid in my life." Like, I've literally never been more fucking scared than what I am right now.
He's like, I need new draws.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta be with somebody. I need somebody to. You know how when people take shrooms, they have like a journey guide. I feel like even with 5 milligrams of weed, like, bro, I'm that scary that something bad is gonna happen. Like I don't want to I just want to have a panic attack while I'm high. That would be fucking horrible.
You won't.
You don't want to raw dog it. I get it too, though. Like I
Bro,
said,
I've had a panic attack with CBD. Who's to say I won't have a panic attack with fucking actual?
Because CBD
Gummies.
metabolizes different.
It has THC in it, and the only time I've ever had a panic attack is when I took 1-to-1 CBD with
Smoke the weed.
No, I won't smoke. I
Stop
won't
being
smoke.
a fucking fruitcake and just smoke the weed.
damn, he called you a pussy
Won't do it.
twice in the same
Listen,
pod.
we don't fall into peer pressure around here, okay?
Fuck yeah, I could stand behind that. But you were called a pussy twice, so I mean, you got to take the L on one of them.
Man, dude.
No,
I won't smoke, but I definitely will wear numbing cream when I get my tattoo done. Just saying.
based, I think.
No.
I'll take the L on that one. I don't give a fuck.
Take the L.
Who's ever gonna look at me and be like, "Wow, that's a nice tattoo. Did you use numbing cream?" Nobody ever.
But
in
will
their
People
life.
do ask that. People do ask that.
Well, no, they don't. No, they
Guess
don't. No, they
Guess what? Guess I gotta become a liar.
don't. It saves God-given
Okay.
right to lie.
It is.
That's my free will.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna lie about something, make it something good. I did not use numbing. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not suck off that man. Don't lie about that one.
That's been another Usual Tuesday podcast.
Wait,
people.
wait. Go look at these last fucking TikTok. Not only did his kneecaps make it into the video,
They did.
but he's wearing shorts and his dick makes an appearance.
Oh, out the side. That is true. Out the side. It is long enough.
No, the shorts are just short enough.
Oh, why can't we
fooled
meet in the
here.
middle? Why can't we just meet in the
Okay.
middle? You know?
Sure.
I was wearing knee-high shorts, and it reaches.
Whoa, wait. They were like thigh high. Okay.
No, they were just bunched up. No, but no, I think they were that high. But anyway, go check out the latest TikTok. It's about the Mazda CX-30 and how shitty of a car it is.
Yeah, I literally was on FaceTime with Damien and he was explaining to me how bad the
That's
car was.
such a bad car. And
I'm even like certain that he wound up taking a few of the clips that he took from or on that TikTok right after we got off FaceTime.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Damn it.
But yeah, pretty not notoriously bad car. Pretty bad car, just in general. For me, I won't be buying that car ever. But if you did,
Nor a Tesla. So
yeah, probably not a Tesla either. That one's not the best car either. I found. It's just But
you fucking loved that car last year.
I was leaning more towards a Hyundai anyway. So
Shout out to Hyundai.
Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6. I'm probably gonna eventually test them out at some point. We'll see if I even like those.
Corpse, what the fuck are you looking at, bro?
He's gone.
My man is.
I'm reading, I was gonna try to read off this Bible scripture without
Oh, okay.
reading it from my notes, but I'm gonna read.
You're trying. Okay. Go ahead, close it out, D.
Listen, everybody, I said at the top of the show, and I'll say it again. Thank you so much for being here. If you're here in the live stream, thank you so much for watching on the playback if you did that instead. Whether you were here for a minute, an hour, a second, or the whole fucking thing, we appreciate you nonetheless. Like I said in the beginning, too, cop these shorts. Oh, shit, I almost brought down my whole PC. Cop the shorts. Use 0% at checkout. Look it, I'm so comfortable, and you can be too. CorpseCollection.com. Use 0%. 0% spelled out, not with the percent sign, no space, and you get 15% off, and you'll get it faster. But don't quote me on that last part. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks. Thank you guys for another beautiful episode of the Usual Tuesday. This is a fun episode. I actually had fun. And we didn't talk about politics, and we still talked about Charlie Kirk and Jordan Peterson, which
We
is
did.
We did talk about politics?
No, sorry, we did. Like we talked about those two individuals.
Yeah, which is extremely surprising. But yeah, thank you guys for another episode. You know, we've got what's today's date? The 29th. We've got 2 weeks until UTP will be all together in person. And we're gonna be supporting our great friend Putch of Corpse Collection and his lodge. And there's some big things to come that he hasn't shared with us yet on the pod. I think he hasn't shared with us on the pod, but we may talk about it next week. And yeah, like Zero said, make sure you go get your. Let me not block my face. Go get your Corpse Collection gear at corpsecollection.com. That's KORPSX for you illiterate fucks.
Jeez.
Corpsecollection.com. And make sure you use code SAVE1, the number 1, a lot shorter than 0%. And I think you get more, you save a little bit more when you use my code. But don't quote me on that. But I think you do. So just go ahead and type his in first and then type mine in and then press enter and you'll make sure you know. So
God.
Thank you guys so much for another beautiful episode. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling. And can't wait to see you guys on the next one.
CorpseCollection.com. If you haven't heard it enough already, I suggest that you shop with one of these guys because when you shop directly with me, you don't get those sweet discounts. So yeah, I really encourage that you guys not only check out their links, but check out their pages, check out all their content. Yes, 0% and save 1. Yeah, this is Big Corpse Collection, Monster Beast, Beast Camp, all of that. I'm reading out of John chapter 15, verse 7. It says, "If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you." Yeah, keep the good word close, people. Until next time, hope you guys have a good day, week, month, your life. Stay motivated. Pow.
All righty.
Peace, guys.
Be safe.
See you guys next week.
All
Love
right,
y'all.
bye.
Y'all be safe. Peace.
Yo, I gotta get back into streaming, broskies. Where have I been? Thank you, Save, for staying in my chat, as there's only one viewer here right now. And that doesn't make me sad. That makes you sad. Okay. Yeah, I'm not crying. You are. No, but thank you so much for everybody for watching. Damn, where's my fucking camera? Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. I think I lost my cam. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.